Good morning and welcome back to top of the morning, kind of afternoon living right about now. Obviously, the girls them still ain't come back from their annual leave and them things there, so we got me again. But yeah, what's going on? What's going on, people? First things first, press that like button like Uncle Roger. Press that like button, share, subscribe. You get me? Please press that like button to boost us in the algorithm. Now, I want to talk about events that took place yesterday, football, in regards with Demba Bar. I didn't get to find out the coach's name and this fourth official in the Champions League yesterday. Also, guys, I'm pretty sure those that do follow football that subscribe to our channel are aware of the events that have taken place. I just wanted to give my 2 pence in what I feel on that particular case, and I'm going to share it with you. So, I think the best way for me to start this one is: do I believe that the fourth official said something that was racist? Yes, I do, because watching how the coach behaved, who's a professional, just kept saying, "Why did you need to say the reason for it to be black, or why did you need to call me black?" And I agree. I don't think that you need to label somebody like I would. The conversation that the conversation that they had, for him to have described him as a black person, I don't feel that between the two of them he needed to say that. I think if there was like a third person and he was like, "Oh," and the referee asked who was that, and he goes, "Oh, the black guy," I wouldn't consider that racist. But they were talking between each other, so there's no need to describe the color of anybody's skin when you're having one-to-one direct contact with a person in conversation. I'm also been watching. So in regards to that, I do think that there definitely was something racial, and I'm actually quite proud that all the players stood up and actually just said nah. I mean, looking back, Tuchel, the Paris Saint-Germain coach, really didn't look like he was that bothered, which was a shame because he's got black players in that team. But I'm really happy that Neymar and Mbappe really stood up for themselves and was just like, yeah, no, we're not going to play. We're not going to play. Now, I've been watching this thing about Micah Richards. And to be honest, being a black person, it's discouraging that he wasn't able to articulate himself a bit better. I feel like I understood what he was trying to say in terms of how it would come across for himself, but unfortunately, with racism, and if you're a black person, whether you like it or not, you can stand by the fence that you're thinking for yourself or thought is for yourself. But when you're a black person and you're on the panel with other people and you're talking about racism, like, reality is that everybody's going to be looking at you to be able to express the same dissatisfaction that people are feeling across the whole world, especially, let's say, for example, in football. And he didn't really articulate himself correctly in regards to that situation. I feel like, I don't know if it's because he's a professional footballer, ex-professional footballer. He's worrying about the bag that comes with Sky Sports. But the reality is, if your fellow black man was really upset and said that something was said that was racist, I don't think they would have said it if it wasn't true. So with Michael Richards, I do feel a bit let down just in terms of his reasoning. Like, he's not really sure if the person said it and this is racist, this is not. Look, it's clearly something racist was said. The Paris Saint-Germain players also would not have stood up and actually stayed there if something was said. Even Mbappe refuted to the referee and said, look, if, he's saying he said it. And for the fact that he said it, we're not going to play, which I think was good for solidarity. It's a shame Michael Richards probably, maybe if he was off camera, maybe he articulates himself very differently. And that's another problem that unfortunately black people or ex-black players or black people when they're on television, they feel like they have to play this fence around the race card. If it's racist, it's racist. Cool beans. You never heard what he said. I hear you, and I hear that you never. No, none of us really heard what the conversation was between the official and the coach. But whatever it was, the coach wasn't really happy. And Demba Bar's reaction as well, which you could all go on the internet and find out and look for yourself, suggests that whatever the fourth official actually said would be deemed racist or a racial slur at best. So with that, it's a shame that Michael Richards didn't take that opportunity on BT Sports or Sky Sports to really speak up for the issue. I was really happy with Hargreaves, funny enough. You know, he said, look, if it's racist, just get the guy out and done. And I just think that's what needs to be done. I mean, do we need to have a song and dance about racism at that level? I don't know. I mean, should we always speak about it? Yes, if we have to. Do we need to make a song and dance about it 24/7? I'll let everybody else decide on that. But if you're asking for me, on my opinion, I just think that if somebody does say something racist, especially in any kind of walks of life, just shut down, get fired, and be made a real example of. Because I'm still confused how a official was able to even say something racist. You're not even playing on the pitch where sometimes I know people can lose their minds and say certain things, and I don't condone racism anyway, but I know that from all walks of life, for me even playing football, sometimes you say some wild stuff on the pitch in the heat of the moment, but you're not in the heat of the moment. So what are you doing calling this guy, whatever you called him, negro, or in what context did he use that term negro? It's still baffling to me. Guys, comment, let me know what you guys are sitting at home thinking about that situation. It's a shame, to be honest, with Michael Richards. You know, he's got such a big position, and maybe as well though. As much as people are bashing Michael Richards, maybe the community needs to stop looking to other people to kind of express our discontent. I just think that maybe he's not the guy, and he's a prime example of, you know, dare I say, coonish behavior. Because, like, for example, if that was me on live television, millions of people watching, I would have called it for what it is. Nobody wants to. I feel like nowadays we're too. It's like we're too quick to call somebody something like guilty until proven innocent, but at the same time we dilly dally around someone who's not innocent, right? And then we want to wait it out until we can prove that they're guilty. The guy clearly said something that the coach wasn't happy with, and you know, I'm actually quite grateful that because of COVID, you know, this would have been said if there was fans in the stadium, we wouldn't have been able to have heard anything. That situation would have escalated to that level. But because there's no fans, you can hear what's being said. My man wasn't able to hide. And one thing that made me feel about the official was he really wasn't really. It's like he was just like, I don't want to say he looked guilty, but he didn't look like he was innocent. He wasn't really saying anything that made me believe that actually maybe what he said wasn't racist, but the coach that heard it interpreted it as racist. You know, he didn't do that either. He was just there on some quiet thing. And when Demba Ba stepped to him, you know what I mean? Not on a physical, because Demba Ba was frustrated, but there's nothing that I can deem there and think that it was physical in any or intimidating. He just asked him a real direct question, man to man. Why do you need to say black man for whatever it is you're saying? Why couldn't you have just said man? Because they were talking to each other. So, do you know what I mean? Guys, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I do think Micah Richards dropped the ball. I'm not going to lie. Being a black guy himself, you know, and I'm sure he's also experienced some kind of racism or some kind of prejudice on his meteoric rise to football as he did. So when someone else is experiencing it, I'm just a bit surprised that he wasn't really there to support it. I mean, We need to stop dancing around it. If it was racist, racist. I mean, it's UEFA Champions League. You know, we're living in Europe, and the experience for black people isn't that great in Europe anyway. So I'm in no disbelief that the guy didn't say something that wouldn't have had some kind of racist connotation or some racist tone. And yeah, he should be sacked and never be able to referee again in football. Great. That's one thing or one way of looking at it. But actually, how about we have some diversity in the officials? Why aren't there more black officials? Why? That couldn't have happened if they had a diverse, if they had a diverse, if they've got like a diverse refereeing team, official team. It's just always white guys, and some of these white guys come from racist backgrounds, whether they like to admit it or not. It's a job or whatever, but they do. And for the fact that these guys all come from racist backgrounds, we need to mix it up. We need to really mix it up. And I'm sure there's referees across Europe that are black. I'm sure there's officials that are black that want to be a part of the officials in the Champions League game. Just mix it up. Let's have a bit of everything. Do you know what I mean? So that's my take. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I will announce the winner for Clubhouse on Friday. So guys, keep commenting, keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing. Do all of that because I will announce the winner come Friday. Still. So yeah, the girl them there, they're not here. So it's just me today again. But that's it, guys. I'm going to leave you guys with that thought there for the day. Let me know what you think. Peace.